Hey dog lovers, today we're discussing a very serious topic that could save your Canine Corso or any canine's life, and that is bloat. While we do that, we're going to let Bruce Wayne and Joey Justice and Karakori play with this. Bloat is also known as GDV or gastric dilation volvulus, but we're going to call it bloat for short here because it's much easier to say. We're going in circles now. Bloat is a very serious, life-threatening condition, and it requires you understanding the signs and symptoms. That way you can immediately get your dog to the vet to save their life. Don't wait for it to subside because it's not going to. What's going to happen is your dog is going to die. Make sure you guys subscribe and stay tuned so you understand the signs and symptoms and what you can do to prevent bloat and to get your dog to the vet in case you see these signs and symptoms.
So let's talk about what bloat is. First, bloat is when your dog's stomach can fill with excess air, food, and or fluid and really expand. Think about that similarly to a balloon with how it can expand. And in more severe cases, which lies the danger, is when it can twist and actually cut off blood flow altogether. See its face.
Now, the exact cause of bloat is not really known, but there are certain things linked to bloat, such as eating giant meals,
Gulping food,
drinking or eating from elevated bowls, which is why we do not have elevated bowls in the house. And that's actually a common misconception. People think if you eat or drink from an elevated bowl, it's going to decrease the chances of bloat, when in actuality, it increases the chances of bloat.
exercise too close to your dog's eating.
Age and sex of your dog. Typically, male dogs that are older are more prone to getting bloat.
Stress can also be another trigger for bloat.
And it's also very breed specific. Certain breeds have a higher tendency to get bloat, and those breeds, such as the Canine Corso, Great Danes, breeds with deep, big chests are more prone to getting bloat.
So the first warning sign your dog could have bloat would be stomach distension, and it would be really hard if you palpated it.
Attempting to throw up, but they can't throw up, nothing's coming out.
Excessive drooling and or panting.
If they're really restless, pacing back and forth could be another sign that they have bloat going on.
Also, if you check their gums, if they have really pale gums, or if your dog is displaying weakness.
Prevention is key. We don't want our dogs eating bloat and have to go through this horrific experience. And I actually know one person who's unfortunately a Great Dane passed away from bloat, and it was a very sad story. We can significantly reduce the risk by doing certain things, such as not using a raised bowl to let your dog drink or eat out of. Or when you're feeding your dog, give them a slow feeder. At Fenrir, we have available some slow feeders available that'll slow down your dog's eating, and it's also going to mentally stimulate them. Use code JASON, you do save 10% off of everything in Fenrir, including those slow feeders, and you can check the link in the description box for those.
Offering smaller, more frequent meals. If you don't want to use the feeder, you can just reduce the size of the meal and do more frequent meal times throughout the day if that works for your lifestyle.
Some people like to feed their dog once a day. Instead, make it 2 times a day, or even 3 times a day if you can. Avoid exercise 30 minutes before and after play minimum, and it's really up to you to judge your dog. For example, Justice does not calm down quick. He stays panting for a very long time after play. So a lot of times we won't let him eat or drink for a good 45 minutes to an hour after a hard play session. If it's hot outside, yes, I'll let him drink just like a few gulps to kind of satisfy that quench and that thirst. Then we stop him from drinking, shut the door so he can't get to the water.
He just took like an under-over. It was very twisty. If you are an owner of a breed that is at higher risk, just be aware of that and be hyper-vigilant as to looking for the signs and also trying to mitigate those things ahead of time.
Lastly, you can do a surgery in your dog to prevent bloat, and it's called gastropexy. I don't know a lot about it. I haven't really researched it. All I know is, Bruce, get your butt out of the camera, bro. It seems the research online, I've only found about 6% of dogs that have had this surgery end up getting bloat. So it seems to significantly minimize the risk. And what they do is they essentially stitch the dog's stomach to the abdominal wall in its proper position.
So it can't like flip?
Yeah, that way it can't twist. So if it does fill with gas, it's not going to twist on them. Now that'll be up to you, your research, and talking to your vet to see if that's a a viable situation for what you want to do to help prevent it. We've never done this. Like I said, I don't know the long-term effects. I don't really think there would be many because you're just taking the stomach and you're attaching it to the abdominal wall, other than the typical risks you have from anesthesia, infection from the surgery. But I don't feel like it would cause any type of weird nutrients, any weird digestion or malabsorption, like if a human, for example, had gastric bypass surgery. Thanks for joining us, dog lovers.
Let's keep our pups safe. You can do that by helping us to share this message. Share this video with your friends and on your socials.
Early action saves lives. So if you see any of these signs and symptoms, get your dog to the vet ASAP. Until next time, who's this? Bruce Wayne, Joey Justice, Kara Corey, and myself. We'll see you later. Peace.
And they will not be eating right after this.
Yes. See this? This is the type of play session where we had to give them a good 30 to 45 minutes before we fed them and even let them drink.